Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Sunday. Today is October 25th. We're excited to be together. We're going to rise as we begin every time with Hatikva and face the Degel Yisrael, the flag of Israel.
כל עוד בלבב פנימה, נפש יהודי הומייה, ולפתי מזרח קדימה, עין לציון צופיה. עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות החופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות החופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
You may be seated. Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is one of my favorite Torah portions. Today we've been studying Lech Lecha, where Abraham hears this command, go forth. And Abraham starts something completely new, something that he's never done before, something that no one has ever done before. And that is Abraham becomes the very first Jew and starts Judaism. And for this journey, he takes his wife and he takes his nephew Lot. Now, Lot is not the best nephew, because Abraham and Lot are doing very, very well, and they're getting a lot of sheep and a lot of goats and a lot of animals, and they're huge. So they decide that there's not enough grazing land, and they have to split up. And since all of the water is in the east with the river Jordan, Abraham says to Lot, hey, Lot, I want things to go well for both of us. So if you go to the north, I'll go to the south. And if you go to the south, I'll go to the north. So what does Lot do? He says, I'll take the east where all the water is. And Abraham doesn't complain, because family is family. And he gives Lot the east, and then Abraham goes to the west and starts digging wells to find water. Even after that happens, Lot gets captured by some kings, and even though Abraham's now had to work a little harder to get water, because of Lot choosing east instead of north or south, Abraham's asked to redeem his nephew Lot, that is, pay for his return from being captured. And without question, Abraham does it. And that is because not only is family, but Abraham knows the importance of this week's midah, which is nivdiut. Nidivut. I am always saying that wrong all the time. Nidivut, which means generosity. You can't even say it in English. Generosity. Nivdiut. Okay, generosity. And Abraham knows the importance of it. He is generous to his nephew. He says, if my nephew needs all the water, he can have it. If my nephew needs to be redeemed, he can have it. And he displays this idea of giving, no matter what he has, he's able to give a little bit of himself to make other people be able to find their way. And that's one of the things that we learn. But generosity isn't only about giving of stuff that you have. Cantor, what else can generosity be about?
Generosity can also be about your mentality, the way that you're seeing and thinking about other people. If I know this is sort of going into another midah a little bit, but giving people the benefit of the doubt is a kind of generosity that we can have towards other people.
That's right. We can assume people are doing good, we can assume people are doing the right thing, and we can assume that people are trying to be the best that they can be. That's a way of being generous indeed. And we can be generous with our time and with our spirit and with our smiles. Sometimes people are having a bad day and all they need is someone to be generous with kindness. And that's a way to be generous as well.
Yeah. In Judaism, we also believe in balance, and so it's important for every midah, like generosity, to make sure that you're doing it in a balanced way. So generosity doesn't mean getting taken advantage of. It means you making a conscious decision, knowing all of the information that you know about this person or situation, to be generous of yourself. And that's what Abraham was doing.
That's right. Most people could not have given away the entire river.
Right.
But Abraham knew that he was able to dig wells, and he knew that he knew how to do it, and he knew how to find them, and so he could do it without putting himself in danger.
Right.
But if he didn't know that, it would not have been the right thing to give away the river. You're right. So generosity does come with limits. And there are times when you might not feel like being generous with your time, your spirit, and you might need other people to be generous for you, and that's okay too.
Very true.
Well, let's stand up again for Baruch. Page 3.
Page 3, that's my favorite
That is my favorite too. Let's get ready to pray with Baruch.
First mi baruchu et Adonai hamevorach Baruch Adonai hamevorach hamevorach leolam vaed hamevorach hamevorach leolam vaed.
And now it's time for the big question as we turn to page 4. How many God is there?
One.
One God.
Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam vaed Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam vaed Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Okay, we're not going to be seated because we're going to do a quick break and talk about the Hebrew word of the day, which is Cantor.
Dog.
And what does dog mean in English?
Fish.
And how do you say fish in Hebrew?
Dog.
And how do you say dog in English?
Fish.
And what is it? What do we say to help us remember that? Our dog likes to watch the fish in the aquarium. So how do you say fish in Hebrew?
Dog.
And how do you say dog in English?
Fish.
Fish. Excellent. And so now we're going to go to the Amidah. That's why we remain standing. And instead of doing the long Adonai introduction today, we're going to do the very short one because we are introducing now the third part of that blessing, which is called the Kiddusha. Okay? So when we're going to begin on page 6, and the Kiddusha, just so you know, begins on page 8, and we'll talk about it just for 1 second when we get there. Okay? Here we go.
Adonai sifatai titach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah.
Page 7.
Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah, Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach, Umorid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit, Umchaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot ha'kol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
And that brings us to the Kiddusha on page 8. Now the Kiddusha is really a call and response. The Cantor does one part, and then the congregation, that is the rest of us, does another part. But there is a couple of dance moves to this as well. So I want everyone to look at the end of the very first paragraph of the Kiddusha, where it says, Vikara zel zeh ve'hamar. And what we do during that is, since that means from the ends of the earth, right, we bow in all the directions. First, we bow to the left, and then we bow to the right, and then we bow to the middle. And right after that, we come to the first congregational part, which is Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. And every time we say the word Kadosh, which means holiness, we elevate ourselves to a higher plane, to this level of holiness, by going up on our tippy toes just like this. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Okay? Now, for fun, when we get to the last paragraph, the Lador Vador, we're going to do an even more intense call and response as we've done in the past. Okay, and this will be our new addition for the week.
Take it away, Cantor.
Take it away, Cantor.
Got it. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר.
Our part. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz, Kevodo.
Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Madir, Shimcha bechol haaretz.
Back to us.
Baruch Kevod Adonai, Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Mosheinu, vehu Yashmienu, verachamav li'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Back to us. Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Etzion, ledor vador. Hallelujah. Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador nagigad lecha. Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador nagigad lecha. Ulad netzach netzachim, kedushatecha nagdish, kedushatecha nagdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush, leolam leolam vaed. Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador nagigad lecha. Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador.
Ledor vador nagigad lecha. And now we'll say the Chatimah together.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Excellent work, everyone. You may be seated for our closing song, Oseh Shalom.
Which is on page 9 in
Page 9, everyone, page 9.
that second little paragraph. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'hakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'hakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'hakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'hakol Yisrael, ve'yimeru
Happy Sunday, everyone. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.